Reading Rocket!
Disney Pixar Inside Out 2, the Junior Novelization, Chapter 11. That night, Riley lay awake in her dorm room bed smiling. It was late, and she knew she needed to sleep. But she kept replaying the memory of hanging out with the Firehawks. It had been so much fun. In headquarters, anxiety watched as the memory played over again on the console screen. "This is great! The Firehawks have accepted us," anxiety said. "But if Coach doesn't put us on the team, none of that matters." She pressed a button on the console. The screen blipped and the memory disappeared. "Tomorrow is everything," Envy agreed. "Which is why we're gonna need more help," anxiety said. She glanced at Ennui, who was sprawling in her usual place on the couch. "Ennui, are you paying attention?" "None," Ennui said without looking up from her phone. "Embarrassment?" anxiety asked, scowling. Embarrassment didn't answer. He was studying a memory on the shelf. In it, Riley was being sarcastic to Bree and Grace. Embarrassment watched uncomfortably. "Embarrassment? Hello?" "Ugh, never mind," anxiety said, turning away. Then Embarrassment heard a clunk. He spied Sadness in her hiding place. For a long moment, the two stared at each other. Then Embarrassment slid a stack of manuals in front of Sadness to hide her again. They exchanged a secret smile. Embarrassment returned to the console as if nothing had happened. "All right, guys, it's going to be a long night," anxiety said. She chugged an energy drink, then tossed the can away. She raised her projection screen from the console and turned to Envy. "Let's get the team ready." Joy, fear, anger, and disgust raced across the top of the long-term memory, heading toward the back of the mind. But they were still so far away. How would they ever get there in time? Just then, Joy saw a shortcut. "Imagination Land!" she exclaimed, spying candy-colored gates. They could finally leave long-term behind. Imagination Land was one of Joy's favorite places in Riley's mind. She and Sadness had visited it before. "Oh, you guys are gonna love it," Joy told the others as she led them through the gates. "There's French Fry Forest, and Cloud Town, and..." Joy stopped and looked around. "Whoa, this place has changed." Imagination Land didn't look anything like she remembered. The greasy groves of French Fry Forest were gone, and she didn't see a wisp of Cloud Town. So much was missing. Nearby, a mind worker was chiseling into the side of a mountain that had 4 faces carved into it. "Mount Crushmore?" Joy guessed. Fear studied the 4 carved faces. There was Lance Slashblade, plus 3 guys whose names no one knew. "Those are her top 4? Fear asked skeptically. "The only one that matters is Lance," Disgust said, fluttering her eyelashes. Joy studied the carving. "Well, at least they got his good side." "Every side is his good side," Disgust swooned. Nearby, paper tabloids rained down on them. The Emotions looked up and saw a long ribbon of paper streaming out of the window of a windmill. As the paper flowed out the window, the windmill's blades sliced it into sheets. A newspaper truck was parked nearby with 2 mind workers loading it up. Joy grabbed one newspaper and read the name of it aloud. "The Rumor Mill?" "Oh, where all our good gossip comes from," Disgust explained. "Extra, extra, piping hot rumors off the mill," a mind worker newsie called out. Disgust snatched a sheet out of the air. "Abby R's been texting Mike T, but Mike T's been obsessing over Sarah M," she read. Fear gasped. "I knew it!"
"Where's the journalistic integrity?"
said Anger. "Val laughs at Riley's jokes, but did she mean it?" Joy read. "Ugh, why is Riley worrying about that?" Joy crumpled up the paper and tossed it. Then she spotted something familiar. "Oh, Fort Pillowton's still here," Joy said, noticing a large puffy building nearby. And it's even got bigger. And orange, added Disgust. Disgust watched, frowning, as a pair of mind workers wheeled a cart of office supplies up to the building. They pushed it through a pillow wall and disappeared. Something strange was going on. Disgust hesitated. What is it? Joy asked. Everything else here has changed. Why is that still here? Disgust replied. The emotions all shared a look. This would require further investigation. When they entered the pillow fort, they heard a familiar voice. We need to help Riley prepare. Now's the time to send up every possible thing that could go wrong. The emotions gasped. It was Anxiety! On one wall, Anxiety's face filled a huge screen. Beneath her, rows and rows of playing card cubicles stretched across the room. In each cubicle, a mind worker sat at a desk with an overhead projector, frantically drawing. The room hummed with anxious energy. From headquarters, Anxiety monitored the busy hive through a screen. We're looking to the future! Every possible mistake she could make, she shouted at the mind workers. Sweat poured from the workers' brows as they sketched Riley's possible failings. Each time one finished a drawing, they slapped it onto a projector, which then cast the image onto the wall. The walls of the room were covered with failures. Riley missing an open goal. Riley failing. Riley falling flat on the ice. Valentina laughing at Riley. Coach writing horrible things about Riley in her notebook. It was a horror show. They're using Riley's imagination against her, Disgust said. Val and her friends like us now, but if we don't make the team, will they like us tomorrow? Anxiety shrilled. As more awful images appeared on the wall, Anxiety selected her favorites, then projected them into Riley's mind. Okay, let's go to number 3, Anxiety said, calling out each mind worker by their cubicle number. Bree and Grace's team wins, and we look stupid. Number 22, Val passes to us. We miss it. As worst-case scenarios filled Riley's mind, she tossed and turned in her bed, too worried to sleep soundly. We can't let her do this to Riley, Joy exclaimed. We have to shut this down. But what can we do? Disgust asked. There's 4 of us and like 300 of them. Joy looked around. Disgust was right. Then she spotted a single empty cubicle. Suddenly, Joy had an idea. She ran into cubicle 81 and began drawing her own sketch. Seconds later, she projected her image on the wall next to the others. Riley scores and everyone hugs her? Anxiety said, spotting Joy's drawing. 81! That's not helping! Disgust, fear, and anger all grabbed pencils. They quickly sketched their own projections. Riley paints her nails to match her jersey. Everybody copies her. She is so cool, Disgust called out. Riley wears knee pads, Fear chimed in.
We buy flowers for the losing team,
Anger hollered. The other emotions stared at him.
What? I can't always be the rage guy.
No, I liked it, Joy told him. Up in headquarters, Anxiety was getting frustrated. Nail polish, knee pads. Do you all understand the assignment? She shouted. Embarrassment could see that Anxiety's projections were hurting Riley. He threw an empty energy drink can to distract Anxiety. When she looked away for a second, Embarrassment projected the image of Riley buying flowers onto the main console screen. As the sweet image filled her mind, Riley stopped tossing in her sleep. She even sighed with relief. Anxiety was outraged. Who sent that projection to Riley? She demanded. Ennui, envy, and embarrassment shrugged innocently. More happy images appeared on Anxiety's projection screen. What is going on? She snapped. Who's sending up all these positive... That was when Anxiety realized she knew exactly who. Joy, I know you're in there, Anxiety snarled. She leaned into her camera so that her face loomed threateningly over the room. The mind police are on their way. This time, Joy didn't run. She climbed onto her desk and addressed the workers. Don't listen to Anxiety. She's using these horrible projections to change Riley. But we know who Riley is. Joy, I'm doing this for you. This is so Riley can be happier, Anxiety said. If you wanted her to be happy, then you'd stop hurting her, Joy shot back. She turned to the mind workers. Who's with me? The room went quiet. Some of the workers looked away. None of them would meet her eyes. Really? Nothing? Joy's shoulders sagged. If no one was willing to stand up to Anxiety, what chance did Riley have? And then a projection flashed onto the wall. Riley petting a cat. Yes, somebody cared. Joy looked for the artist. I see you, 87. A cat. A little off topic, but I'll take it. Who else? Come on. What if Riley is better than Val, and so Val hates her? Anxiety butted in. Or, Joy quickly sketched an image. What if Riley is better than Val, and Val respects her? What if Riley is so bad, she has to give up hockey forever? Anxiety countered. What if Riley does so well that the coach cries? And the Olympics call, and she rallies a weary nation to victory, Joy shot back. Joy? Disgust tugged at her sleeve. Reality is also a thing? But Joy didn't care. The good ideas had caught momentum. More positive projections flooded the wall. No! Anxiety cried. Anger joined Joy on her desk.
Anxiety has got you all chained to desks, drawing nightmares. But you don't have to take it anymore,
he yelled. Pencils down! Projections off! Joy cheered. An inspired mind worker jumped onto her desk. She pushed her projector onto the floor, and the other workers cheered. They pushed their projectors over too. Ah, my projections! Anxiety cried. The workers grabbed pillows from the walls and began to smash the cubicles. Pillow fight! Someone yelled. Riley could end up destitute, in a gutter, Anxiety screeched. Follow me, and Riley lives forever in songs sung by school children, Joy shouted. The workers cheered. Someone threw a pillow at the screen, shattering it. Anxiety's face disappeared. The emotions fled the rioting building. Just as the police arrived, they burst through a pillow wall, landing back into imagination land. The emotions looked up and saw that headquarters was dark. We got Riley to sleep, cheered Disgust.
Good call on going in there. Thank goodness we listened to you,
Anger said to Disgust.
I haven't felt this alive in years.
What now? Asked Fear. Quick! To the parade of future careers! Yelled Joy. Ahead stood a parade of giant balloons featuring all the careers Riley had ever imagined. Pastry chef, art teacher, ethnomusicologist. Anger approached a balloon, depicting Riley in black judge's robes.
Oh, Supreme Court Justice! That's the one,
he cried. The emotions raced into the middle of the parade. Holding the balloon's ropes, they shoved aside a large group of mind workers. With the weight on the ground lightened, the balloons started to drift upward. Stop right there, the mind police cried, but it was too late. The emotions sailed up, up, and away, leaving the police far behind.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe for regular uploads. If you have a favorite book you'd like read, go ahead and leave it in the comments. Until next time, friends!